Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Lobotomy Corporation. We still can't do the Bina thing, but I have added Devo and I have added Tasha. Tasha needs some work. Devo needs some work. Devo really can't work on anything in this department, but we needed a second person. Wasn't really looking all that hot for just the one. That's pretty much it. We're just gonna try and fly through again, see what we can learn. I do find it kind of odd that we can't do Bina, considering we meet the requirement, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Do Haru. There's Plaguey. What do you guys need? Well, insight work to start with. Can I work with you? Anything, really. Look around for a suitable person to receive the gift. I think it's going to be Anthony. Can I work inside with you? I can. Not very well, though. I can also work it with this. So, Sinatra needs insight work, so that's what we're going to do. And we're going to do that with you, too. I'll let the world flow while I look around. Who needs what? Tasha kind of needs a little bit of everything, so we're just going to run cycles. Standard cycles. Where's the blessing? It is Woodsman. Which is fine. I immediately forgot. Anything but instinct to punish birds out, that's fine. What did you need? Makes sense. Can't work that. I'm just gonna run through as fast as I can. Not for any particular reason. We'll wait here. One tick before the dawn so that all of our peoples are normal. I'll have this department kick it off with Sinatra. This method's kind of better, but not really. People kept telling me to just click on the abnormality and order the suppression that way. But I kind of like the other way, where you drag and decide from there. Oh. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was kind of laggy. Someone better go work on him. It's getting a little upset. Anything but instinct. He's not gonna get there in time. No way in hell. Oh my god. Legend. Absolute legend. Ah. Right. That's why I wasn't working that abnormality. I had forgotten. Oh, how foolish of me. Well, oh, now it's down here. That's actually very bad. Devo can't work on it at all. I bet Piper probably could, though. Well, let's find out. Piper. Good luck, Piper. I don't think you could work on this either, but we'll see. I'll let it roll while I figure out who's doing what. It's not going terribly. She's 0.9 to fail, so I'm not terribly concerned. I mean, seems to be going just fine. It'll be our first meltdown here in a second. Which will be fine because it will be on Plague Doctor. Yep, that was correct. I'm gonna send everyone in that direction to work. I'm just gonna have them deal with that hallway. I could clear this hallway with the fly shoots and just not worry about it, but I'd rather clear it myself and not spend the energy. Considering I'm trying to end the day. Oh, they're probably gonna have some difficulty. Sensor isn't very good at dealing with close quarters combat stuff like that. Just kind of rolling through the punches. Seeing what I can complete. I think I just want your temperance up at this point. I'm kind of terrified to send you in there for anything else. Pollution birds out, that's fine. That's fine. Levo should be able to handle it. It's level 5. That'll be the day, too, so. Mission complete. No deaths. Congrats, everybody. Yes, why, of course, thank you very much. I do pride myself in my ability to run my facility to the perfect degree that I do. Alright, so I'm going to read this in case Bina has something to say. They say the world was a place where no one could find happiness in their own way of life anymore. That it was a world where everyone had to fool themselves into thinking that fitting into a structured mold was happiness. Nobody's sought history or religion. No one needed those pillars. Under the guise of new innovations that were needed in the world, companies emerged using technologies known as the singularities. Oh, we've seen this. So I'm going to start skipping until Bina shows up or something. You told me to sacrifice all of your body without hesitation. Would you have made the same choice if you knew we would end up like this? I always asked myself that. This is no man's land, a place of silence. I've never seen this, by the way. Most employees that visit and stay here lose their mind and embrace oblivion. It has been a long while since I had a proper conversation with someone. But we've been talking, Bina. There's months and months and months between our conversations. That's my fault. But we do talk. Maybe you were confused at the idea that I'm the only resident here. There is in fact a companion of mine that passes the eternity with me. Let me introduce her to you. You created the bucket by reconstructing, dividing, and proliferating Carmen's body. And you managed to extract Cogito, the so-called fluid of life and death. At first, only a small dose could be extracted, but enigmatically that fluid started to gush out infinitely, and now has formed a pool. Can you see her? She's watching us from underneath the spring. Huh? When everything becomes too burdening, I stare quietly into the bottom. And I feel as if she and I were the only two in the world when I do so. Sometimes it feels like she's talking to me, even though all that's left of her is just an amalgamation of flesh, brain, neurons, and unknown tentacles, drifting beneath the spring. Someone injected herself with Cogito following her own principles, and someone else went mad for witnessing what had happened. Another gave up his own body and fell into a state of limbo, unable to live or die. And that one couldn't preserve herself. And the one that couldn't preserve herself through all of this ended up confused, confessing everything she had to the head. This is the collaboration of despair that you and her created. You still aren't qualified to look toward the bottom of the spring. To do so, you must look directly towards the path that you travel. Do you seek redemption? Or do you seek to redeem me along with all the others that are trapped here? Whatever it is, maybe you think saving this facility from sin, as you have planned, will fix everything for you. Just think for a moment, even you, who hasn't left this facility for such a long time. You should be aware that people are hopelessly being killed by abnormalities in other branches even as we speak. And it's not just them, all the wings have their own painful stories, repeating perpetually. In the nests of the back streets, in the ruins on the outskirts. A pain much greater than what you have seen here prevails the world. I have observed everything consent. I don't even know how to say that word. Am I dumb? Is this word just not registering in my brain? Consensuously. I don't know. Probably just dumb. For I didn't obsess myself with an unreachable ideal to lock myself up in a cramped room like you. The world you looked up at, the one I looked down upon, are much different. You captured me alive and tortured me to your heart's content. But still, we're sunken in despair. And someone will replace me as one of the arbiters of the head, swinging their claws at people like you. Even if you were to break the cycle somehow, it would be a perfectly completely useless affair. I see, it's not standard. Broken wings will outstretch anew. The brief resistance will be forgotten soon, and people will continue living, not for a purpose nor a dream, but rather simply because they cannot die. You may think that you have brought me down, yet as you can see, I'm still at the peak, looking down upon you lot while you writhe like insects. I eagerly wait for the moment you fall into despair after realizing that this cycle of pain will never end. I want to see you kneel before the might of destiny, resigning yourself to fate. Go on. Slowly. Despair and succumb to your fate. Try to resist to the very end, and ultimately break yourself. As the last bits of your resistance melt away, we shall be the subterranean water that quietly flows underneath the earth. She was mortally wounded, by golly, but she was our only way out. It was a miracle that we captured her alive. We were too far down the road filled with remorse and regret to feel any sort of guilt. Probe her head. How to avoid the head's pursuit, the means to join the ranks of the wings, and the way for us, the few, to survive. It was impossible to figure those out on our own. She was hardly breathing, but her encephalon was still active, and that was all we needed. Oh my god. What an image in that background, holy crap. We probed through her head like we did to Carmen. We searched for the way out. After that, we arduously gathered up every single bit of those deformed pieces. The sentinel who guards the gates of hell must always be in despair. Such despair that they cannot even fall into the depths of hell. Finally. There it is. Finally. After so long, we're finally here. Finally. It's been so long. We've marched this journey for forever. Are you guys excited? Because I'm terrified. Boy, this is gonna be an experience, wouldn't you say? Aw. Must be past day 42. Oh. Fascinating. Alright, we get spread thin a little bit here. 20 days. That's a lot of days. 20 days as well. 18 days. So I'm gonna move Ori to the record team with confidence. This depletes our central command not reinforcements, forces and resources, but the top departments are completely secure, and we actually have one more resource in the top 4 compartments than we technically need. The disciplinary team requires almost no resources, and the welfare team is pretty stagnated. So I'm pretty confident in this facility. We have a lot of abnormalities that don't really mean anything. Our big problem children are Yin and Yang and the Plague Doctor. Other than that, I think the only thing that could really kill us if it escaped would be Blue Star. Everything else is suppressible. And yeah, I'm even looking at Mr. Nothing There. We could suppress Nothing There if Nothing There got out. I'm not concerned about that. I think if Mushroom Boy got out, that would be pretty inconvenient. It'd be kind of difficult to deal with that. But I'm not terribly concerned. I'm very confident. I'm very confident. And I'll see you guys in the next episode, where we try to get to the core suppression. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Comment if you're as excited as I am, for starters. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.